Alright, so today I got the stuff in. This is the big highlight. This is just some of the other stuff I got. This, the heat shrink, I got, it's a little too big for what I was needing, and that was my bad because I didn't know, I wasn't entirely sure what I needed to get because of the wire gauge, but oh well. Figured out a good way to do it while still looking good. And this is the ATX tool I needed so I can get working on doing the cabling for the rest of it. This, I'll say again, is the highlight. This is the Bitspower X Station Mini Multi PSU active module. Yeah, you can see that better. So, and it's in the red color, so you open it up, and this is all it comes with. I've already taken a look at it and see what it looks like. So it comes with your little extender right here, so take from your PSU hub and just transfer it to your actual motherboard, which I will also be taking down and putting the cabling on this as well. Then you have this here with your Velcro, I believe. Let me check. Sure I'm right. Yeah, it's Velcro. Velcro backings for the two. And it also comes with, which I think is an awesome addition, a ATX jumper. So when you want to test it to make sure it works, plug in your power supplies here and here, and then you would take this and you would just plug it straight in to here to test it and make sure it works. And I think that's an awesome addition. It makes it a lot easier to test your power supplies and also to test whether or not this works. Now, what I didn't expect was that there were two of them. It's kind of like, what the heck, there's two of them? But I think it's a pretty cool thing it comes with two of them. It makes it a little easier because you can actually run two separate ATX connections on it with no problem. And that's pretty cool. But I guess we'll get straight to the actual testing of them. And we will also be moving over to testing of the new power supply I got in, because I did the review on it, the first glance review on it, you guys saw that. But the big problem I had with it, well, is what you guys are about to see if this doesn't work. Because when I plugged it into the motherboard glue and all that stuff, I hit the power button and nothing happened. So I'm a bit worried that it's not actually going to work. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so here we are again. Here's the here's my motherboard, the Corsair 5 Formula Z motherboard. I'm going to be testing out these little brackets here, or the PSU splitters, or whatever you want to call them, seeing how they work. I'm also going to be testing to see if this power supply here works. This is the replace power that I did the review on. Just mentioned that a few moments ago. Sorry, I kind of went and took a break. So real quick, I'm just going to try this one real quick. Plug it into here. And I'm going to take the connection they give you right here. Plug it into here. And I'm just going to grab the power connection here. I'm going to plug it in. And I'm going to test the power. Alright. So, this power supply works, as you can see. But, hold on a minute. Shut down. Okay. So, take it from here. Okay. As you can see, I've already disconnected all the power from it. Okay, give me a minute. Plug it into here. Alright. Grab this here. Plug it into here. Grab this here. Plug it all the way in over here. Okay, and then take this one here and plug it into here. Make sure it's the right one. Yeah, it's the right one. Okay. Nope, it's not the right one. Other one. Go figure. Alright. There we go. Alright. Turn the power on, and you'll watch. You'll see the color on the motherboard. You can see the red LED strip here, and you can see the light from the start and the reset button on now. Okay, but I go and press the start button. Nothing happens. See, the power supply's not turning on, nothing. Nothing is happening at all. Okay? Give it a minute to boot down, or shut down, I'm going to call it. Okay? Disconnect this. Disconnect this. Disconnect this, and disconnect this. Now, I'm going to say this ahead of time. It is going to turn on. This is going to start, because I'm switching over to my other power supply right now. Now, this is going to turn on. But it's not going to have the additional power over here, so it is going to have an FF error on the motherboard. So I'm just letting you guys know, this way you know, it's going to have the error. And why it's there. There's nothing wrong with my motherboard. Trust me, I know, there's nothing wrong with the motherboard. But this is my 550 watt here. It's an ultra power supply, so it's really a cheapy one. Got it at, what was it? I think it was Radio Shack, and they still had stores here. Okay, plug it in, turn it on, okay, get power. You can see it's glowing already. Okay, hit the start button. Fan's running. That means it's got power going through it. Okay, if you look right here, it's giving it a PWD error, which is a power issue. So the motherboard is saying it needs more power, but it doesn't have it. So that means this is working just fine. Now, the only problem I've had is that it won't shut down directly from the power switch, which I don't think is much of an issue, honestly, because it just means it's not getting enough power, it's not grounding out properly, whatever. So I just hit the power switch on the power supply, give it a few seconds, power's down. No problem. Okay, so now I'm going to run it. I'm going to run these, and I'm going to check these out, the actual splitters. So I ran it on that one. We're going to check. I ran it on this one already. We're going to check this one now. Okay. So now we flip the switch. Okay. So that one didn't turn on. I don't know why. Let's try switching the outlet and see if that changes it. Because I'm not entirely sure myself. I had no idea why they sent me two or anything, so I'm just going to assume that it's got some kind of difference to it, so turn it on. That's right, never mind, forget what I just said. I just pulled the power plug out. Feel like a moron now. Shut up. Yes, as you can tell, someone is actually handling the camera now.
Yo.
So that helps a bit. Okay, and we hit the power switch. Works just fine. Okay, you can tell this one's actually glowing as well. I don't know if that's a power issue. If it is, I'm actually going to move this one over to the other one and see if it is a power issue. Because if it's a power issue, it means the one power supply I have or got is either faulty or there's something wrong with it. But we'll find that out soon enough. So let's head over to this one real quick. Do the same thing we did. Plug it into the bottom. Okay, grab the connection, plug it into the other end. Okay, it's sitting in there nice and tight. Okay, and flip the switch. Okay, no LED. Okay, so that means it's not a power supply issue. Good. That's good to know. Alright, give it a second to shut down. Alright, now we unplug it, and let me see. Because this one says in out on the second layer. So I'm wondering if that means that it can actually run on this layer here. We're going to find out in a minute. Alright, and here we go. That's why. Okay, so it is run a little bit differently. So these are each individual 2 different types of circuits. Because if you look on this side of the circuit, it says in, out, right, on both sides of these circuits. While this one only says in. This one doesn't even have anything on it that says anything. So I don't know why it's different. I don't know. It could just be for different motherboard setups that you want to run. No telling. But I mean, for its price, it really wasn't that bad. It's like $30, and you're getting 2 of them essentially. So it's really cool, really good setup. But now I'm going to physically run it on this system and see how it works. See if it boots up. So we're going to check this out now. Okay, so here I'm taking the expansion here. Alright. Plugging this into here. So, and this end to here. Like so. Alright. So, plugged in. Okay. So now, I've got my secondary line right over here for my 1000 watt. Okay, and for the sake of not power consumption, but just for the sake of the system being stable, I'm going to try running the first attempt with the 550 plugged into the motherboard and see how it runs, or see if it runs. Okay, now I'm taking here, right here. Okay, first, well, according to the manual, you're supposed to flip it on first with the first motherboard, or first power supply plugged in. So we're going to go ahead and start with that then. Okay, turn it on. Motherboard's got power. Flip the switch. It's running. Okay, it's actually running a boot, which is a little bit different than what it was doing before. Because before it was giving me a power issue. Now it's actually physically running a boot, which makes me wonder what the difference is. But it's still giving me the power issue right there. So let's see if it'll actually shut down. Okay. It actually shut down differently this time. Now, I don't know why that is. I honestly don't. For some reason, it just ran better when it was on this hub. But we'll see what the difference is. I'm going to take this now, and I'm actually going to plug this Molex connection I have from the 1000 watt power supply. I'm going to plug it directly into the motherboard. This way it has that extra power kicking in it, and that'll hopefully help it go. Okay, I'm flipping this one around in the opposite way, opposite orientation from what I have the other one set to, just because it's easier to move the cables that way. Okay. This one's not plugged in or anything to anything else. I don't have the power going yet, so... Okay, put those towards that way. Alright, and now I'm taking the 24 pin here and plugging it into here, like so. Alright, now we have both power supplies plugged in now. Okay, I'm going to have to do it this way because it's not sitting right any other way. Alright, now I'm taking the 1000 watt, plugging it in. Alright, and now I'm plugging in turning on the power. Alright, so now both power supplies are plugged in. See how this turns out. And they're both booting. And it's a C5 error. Now, is it still giving me a power error? I can't tell because of the lighting. ED plus GA. I can't tell what that is. I think that's still a power issue, but I can't. LED VG. Okay, it's giving me a graphics error right now. And that's fine because I don't have a graphics card installed, as you can tell. There's nothing installed into it. But hub works, power supply worked, which was one of my big issues. I was scared that this wasn't going to work because of the way it was. And it should fully boot down this time. Come on. There we go. And that takes care of what I was worried about. So now I can simply shut off the two power supplies. Uh-oh. Let me get to the switch. There we go. Okay. Come on, boot down. Okay, there we go. And now I have a fully working dual power supply system. So, that's pretty much all I want to show you guys was the new system I got, the Bitspower little splitter I got. Figured I'd show you guys the new stuff. And tomorrow I will be posting a video on the actual sleeving of the cabling for the power supplies. Today I took care of this. I completely encased the hub, like I said I would, with the nylon sleeving and then the standard screws to mount it on. I still have to do a few more things. I still have to create the holes for the peripheral slots, and I still need to add on an adapter for the extra 12-volt line that you can see on the back. And that'll actually be really simple because of the way the 1000-watt is. But that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Thanks for watching.